Guys, karibuni sana to the Beloved Show. You are very, very welcome. And today we continue with the food edition. I hope you enjoyed what we released on Friday. I hope you watched it and you were able to share with so many people so that they could get to learn something new. So today, before we continue with something special that we are gonna do, allow me to read for us a verse, Psalms 136, verse 1. The Bible says, "Give thanks to the Lord, for He is good; His mercies endures forever." So today we are in a mood of thanksgiving. We're just happy. We just want to thank God for what He's been doing. And what else do you need to give thanks for, or to even marry with, apart from a cake? We're gonna make a cake and we're gonna enjoy it. Our girl, and you know her by now, she's gonna do an amazing job. She's gonna teach us how to bake a nice cake so that you can bake for your family and for yourself as well. So that when you find yourself in that mood of just thanksgiving and just loving on God, you can treat yourself to some nice cake. God bless you. Karibuni sana. Thank you so very much. Allow me to welcome Ken. Karibu sana, Anne.
Thank you so much.
You okay?
Yes, I'm very fine. And very excited for the sweetness that is about to transpire here.
Me too.
Yes,
I'm a sweet tooth, so today is my day.
Yes, kabisa. The sugar that is flowing in this place, just for you.
All right.
We're going to start making the vanilla cake. And so for ingredients, what we have some self-raising flour, some sugar, margarine, and if you have butter, you can as well use butter. We have some milk, eggs, and then the vanilla essence that you're going to use. And you remember for this one, we said you have to measure everything. So for this one, instead of using the measuring cup, you're going to use a weighing scale, the kitchen weighing scale. So we're going to start with our creaming method. The creaming method is where we mix the blue band or the margarine with the sugar. You mix it very well until it's pale. It becomes pale. In doing that, we're incorporating air in the cake, so you'll have a fluffy, light cake. Yes. So for here, you see the whatever you're using to mix has weight. So we have to tear it. We make it to 0. So that we can measure the exact quantity.
For people who don't know what you're talking about, maybe we can show them from there.
So we have the weight of the equipment you are using to mix. So we just tear to 0 the weighing scale so that we can measure the exact quantity of the things will be needed. So for the sugar, we need 250 grams of sugar. So we measure 250. So, and then for the margarine as well. So we tear as well so that we can get the measurement for the margarine. And we need 375. And there we have it. So that's the margarine and sugar mixture. So from there, we can put it aside so that we can measure everything. So that when we start mixing, there is no breaking the mixing process. So we can measure the flour. And when we are measuring the flour, we need to sieve it to get a fine consistency, because you see, when you see the flour, it has some big particles, and if you put them in the cake, you'll have pockets of flour once the cake is done. So that's why we're going to sieve it as we measure. The same process. We tear so that we can get the accurate measures. Yes. And for the flour as well, we'll need 375 grams of flour. You see the particles I was saying? We are going to
400.
We can just reduce it. Let us go.
Okay.
So our flour is also ready.
Okay.
So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to prepare the eggs.
Okay.
You just crack them and put them in a bowl.
Okay.
So for measuring, we are done with the weighing scale. Whatever needed to measure, we have already measured. So now we prep the eggs. And then the best method, we crack them separately.
Okay.
Because you can crack all of them at once in the same bowl directly, and then you find a bad one.
Oh, and then it's spoiled for
Exactly. So we are going to need 6 eggs for this one.
Okay.
Yes. And crack together.
I'm very sure.
Yes. So we have our eggs here, the 6 eggs.
Yeah.
And now for the milk, we just need 6 tablespoons of milk.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we have done our measurements for everything.
Okay.
So the next thing, we need to prep the baking tins.
Okay.
As you can see, I'm using 3 of them. These are 8 inches.
Okay.
To avoid making just one big cake, then cutting them. To avoid that process, I just divide them separately, like thrice.
Okay.
This mixture can give us 3. You can make them in 3 8 inches, the round tins.
Okay.
So you're going to prep them by just applying some margarine and then with some flour.
Okay.
Before we put the mixture inside here.
Okay.
And as we are doing this, we are going to preheat the oven at 180 degrees for roughly around 10-15 minutes as we mix it, so that when you are done mixing, the oven is ready for the cakes to just bake.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So as that one is getting hot, now we prep the pans.
Okay.
Yes. With some margarine. But also, if you don't have like the margarine, there are things like parchment papers, the baking papers. You can as well use them.
Okay.
All of these are just ways to prevent the cake from sticking once it's done.
Oh.
Yes.
All right.
So when you feel satisfied, now you can dust it with some flour.
Okay.
So our tins are ready. We can now begin the mixing process.
So.
Yes. All right. So for here, when you're creaming our mixture, the sugar and the margarine, we are going to do this for roughly around 5 minutes, because this is the stage where we are going to incorporate as much air as possible, so that our cakes can be light and fluffy. So we need to mix it for around 5 minutes. Then we are going to add our eggs one by one.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so as you can see, the difference from where we started is now whitish, it's
Yeah,
pale.
yeah.
So now this is what we are looking for. Now we're going to add one egg as you mix.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, okay.
It's okay.
Then
So I like the way it looks, but I'm just wondering how come not just add all of them together instead of one by one?
you see, when we add one by one, we are giving the mixture time to incorporate properly.
Okay.
And then we are also building on the air.
Oh.
So when you put it all together, it takes a longer time to incorporate. Because you see it's a lot of eggs.
Yeah.
So it needs to incorporate properly
Okay.
to have a cohesion with everything that we are mixing.
Okay.
Yes, that's why.
All right.
Yes. And then when you start to see, it might sort of curdle,
Yeah.
but it's okay because
Okay.
you know, it's like oil
Yeah.
put it with water. So that's why it looks like it will separate. But when we start adding the flour,
Okay.
it will come together.
Oh.
Yes, so we can continue.
All right.
So we are going to add the vanilla, the flavor we are going to have for the cake. We are going to use 2 teaspoons
Okay.
of it. Yeah. So we continue mixing.
Okay.
Yes. As you can see, we have stopped using the mixer because now we don't want to overmix the cake.
Okay.
So we are going to add half of our flour
Okay.
and then the milk, and then we finish with the flour. So you start with the flour and end with the flour.
Okay.
So we are going to mix half of it. You can either use this or just the spatula.
Okay.
But this one is more preferable because it won't be over mixing.
Okay.
You'll be folding. Yes. You just fold the mixture.
Okay.
So you ensure the first round before we add the milk, the flour is fully incorporated inside.
Okay.
Yes. So here at this point, now we add our milk and then mix it again.
The milk will help it soften.
Yes, just adding moisture to the cake. Yeah. Then now we add the rest of the flour. So our mixture is ready. So we need to divide it among equally. You can either eyeball it, but I prefer just to measure it because why not? Do the 1900 minus 567, the weight of the container. Then divide it by 3. So we have 440. So the same thing with there. Then we add our mixture, the 400.
The dots.
Yes. Level it.
Okay.
Level it, then you level the other one.
Okay. Looks like it's kidogo.
But now it will rise. It might not rise that much, but now we'll have a 3-layer cake. Yes.
So when you put a lot of it on one baking tin, can it cause it not to what is it called, to cook fast enough? When it's a lot.
You see, when now, for example, if all this mixture we had put it in this one, what will have happened? It will have cooked all round, but now the center it will not have cooked because it doesn't have room to expand. So that's why you, according to the mixture that you are making, you divide it accordingly to get to give it room to cook.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I think I've experienced that a lot.
Yeah. So it's just the container, whatever you are using. Make sure whatever the amount you use. If it's a lot, divide it, or use one big baking tin.
Okay.
Yes. To avoid the cooking round and then at the center, it's not cooked.
Okay.
Yes. Can I have this one?
And that part of
chicken. We mainly do it just to like the air bubbles.
Okay.
But you see, because of the consistency here, you don't necessarily
have
need
it.
Yes.
Okay.
So we now just bake them we'll need 25 to 30 minutes, depending again on the kind of oven that you have.
Okay.
So for us, we're going to bake it for around 25-30 minutes thereabout at 180 degrees. Yes, and then we'll know it's done once we insert a toothpick inside and it comes out clean. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. So our cake now is ready, and then, so to confirm, you'll just take a toothpick. You just take a toothpick and then insert it, and if it comes out clean, then your cake is ready. And so we have our cakes ready. Now we let them cool before we ice them.
Okay.
Yes. So for now, what we're going to do for the vanilla cake, we want to have a blueberry filling. So we need to create the sauce for the blueberries.
Okay.
So we have some blueberries over here.
Okay.
We have water, and this is cornstarch. It's a thickening agent, just to make the sauce a bit thick. And then we have some lemon, just to elevate the flavor. And then we'll also have some sugar, just because you see some blueberries are not always very sweet. So just to give them a bit of sweetness. Yes.
Okay.
We're going to add like a tablespoon of sugar.
Okay.
And adjust as we see fit.
Okay.
Yes. So I think we can proceed with this one.
Okay.
So we are just going to put everything together.
Okay.
And just cook it.
Okay. Oh, we are cooking it?
Yes.
All right. How long are you gonna cook it?
Around 5 minutes, just to make until the sauce has thickened.
Okay.
Yes. So with the water, we mix the cornstarch, so that you see, if we pour the cornstarch here, we'll have like particles, the white particles. So we dissolve it in the water, and then now we add it.
Okay.
Yes. And then we can add now our sugar, a tablespoon of sugar. Then we'll adjust with time.
Okay.
And then now we just let it simmer.
Okay.
And that's it.
Just that.
Yes. Until it thickens.
Okay.
And then we'll be done.
So do you need to cover or just leave it that
We
way?
can cover it. Yes. the flame not to be too high, just medium heat will be okay. So we check on the sauce. You see it's progressing well. Just give it time. As you can see, it's thickening.
Yeah.
Yes. So we can as well, after giving it some time, we can blend it.
Oh.
Yes. Just to have a consistency in the sauce.
Okay.
Yes. So you
But
see.
you can also use it that way.
Yes.
It is.
You just crush it a bit.
Okay.
Yes. So that when you put it on the cake, it doesn't have big particles. So we give it a bit more time.
Yeah.
And then we can proceed.
Okay.
Yes.
It's good.
Looks yummy.
Yes, it does.
So now we want to decorate the cake. And so here we have our cakes which are cooled down. And here we have some cream. We are going to use some whipping cream for today. So I think we can just go direct and begin. We mix halfway.
Okay.
Don't need to use a lot for a start. And then now we just whip it until we have stiff peaks.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so as we make the cake, as you can see, we can level just a bit so that when we put them together, it doesn't look off-sided.
Okay.
So with a serrated knife is best. You just trim on top.
Okay.
Then you remember our mixture.
Yeah.
So we'll put some cream on top
And mix.
and then put the mixture on top. Then we go on layering the cake. Yes.
Ooh, you're generous.
Yes, just be generous. Because you see, we are going to try and put a border.
Okay.
So that when you put the filling, it doesn't spill on the outside.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so as you can see, we have tried to make a hole at the center where we can now put the filling inside.
Okay.
So you just avoid putting all the way outside, because if you put it, it will
spill. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Then now we can continue with the other cakes.
Okay.
You just ensure it's leveled.
Yeah.
Then we repeat the same process.
Okay.
Yes. At this point, so what we'll do before we do the final touches, we'll put it in the fridge to set a bit, then we can do the decoration, the final decoration.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Perfect.
So we put it in the fridge for around 10 minutes and then we can continue.
Okay.
Yes.
Today is
Mom,
your
I
first
do
birthday,
now.
and I want to make you a chocolate birthday cake.
So our cake is now out of the fridge and now we want to do some piping. So here in these piping bags I have some of the cream which I have colored in different shades, and now we are going to do the decorating part.
There you go, guys. There we have it. Tumemaliza kubake and we have our
vanilla with blueberry filling.
Yeah. They look so yummy. I can't wait to taste. Can I taste?
Oh yes.
Please. Please.
Have
Can you
some?
cut?
Yes, we
It
start
looks
with the cake.
beautiful.
Okay.
Perfect. Can't wait to see the inside. Ooh. All right.
So
Oh my goodness.
there we have
And the
it.
freshness.
And then you see it's moist. It's
Yes,
still moist.
it is.
Yes.
Wow. Looks really yummy. One for you.
Yes.
Can I go ahead?
Yes.
Hey. One, two. This is a big one.
You like it?
I love it.
Mm.
Have a taste. The blueberries. I can taste them. Wow.
It gives
look
it that extra.
Wow. It is so yummy, you guys. It is really nice. I hope you can get to try it so that you can get to taste for yourself. We wish you could share, but receive our love. Tunawapenda sana.
It really is.
You've done well. You've done a good job. Thank you so much. We are just about to attack all of this. But away from camera so that we don't burn.
No?
So our beloved viewers, thank you so very much. We really hope and pray that you are getting to learn a lot, that you are enjoying this food edition, because personally I am. Are you enjoying it?
Yes, I really love it. It's an amazing experience.
Wow.
Yes.
Asanteni sana. Please get to try, and please, if you have not subscribed, make sure you do so. Kindly like and share to as many people as you can. God bless you. Love you so very much. See you next time. Shalom.